What's up, Wretched Nation? And today we're back with the cheapest Harley we could buy on Marketplace. If you didn't watch our last video, I'll link it in the description and throw a card up here. But we bought the cheapest Harley I could find on Marketplace. We only spent about $2 for it. We've sold some parts already. It came with a bunch of parts. We sold saddlebags for 20 bucks. It went to a friend. We sold a sissy bar for 60. I ended up shipping that, but they paid shipping. And I've got a lot of other people asking about the tank, wheels, and shocks that I still have. And so right now we're actually into the bike for $1,920. If we can get everything sold, maybe we'll be into the bike for like 1,600 bucks, 1,700 bucks, something like that. But if you didn't watch last video, definitely go watch it. But today we're gonna get it started and go for a ride. As you can see, this bike's pretty dirty because this bike is a runner. There was nothing really wrong with it. Nothing really wrong with the bike at all, other than just mainly cosmetic. But it's been nasty, nasty weather here since I bought it. I bought this bike almost 3 weeks ago, and it's just been horrible. Yeah, I rode it up down the path a little bit, which my path here is just destroyed. But today it's like high 50s. I think it might have hit 60 today. It's probably around 55, 56 right now, and it's warm enough. I need to wash my bikes, but I want to do a quick video on getting this thing going. Idle was kind of low on the bike. I'm wondering if the carb probably needs to be taken apart and cleaned. I idled the bike up a little bit, probably idling a little high, but that's okay. Tires were pretty much brand new on it, and let's basically just start it up and take it for a little ride. Now, this is an 883 Sportster. Just a little quick recap. It's an 883 Sportster 2003 anniversary edition. I believe that's the last year of the solid mount motor. Aftermarket wheels. Looks like it's just straight pipe exhaust. I think they're the stock shocks, although they have been adjusted to be as tall as possible or have as much dampening as possible. 12-inch T's, no speedo. I've got all that stuff, but with the T-bars there's no real good way to mount it. Biggest question is, what do I do with this bike? I bought it for a flip, but the more and more I mess with it, obviously wouldn't mind keeping it. If you're new to the channel, I've got two other bikes, so I don't need this bike. I've got a 2010 Dyna and a 2018 Road Glide, so I don't need this bike, but it could fill something that I would love to try. My Dyna is a Y Glide, and I bought that bike for road tripping, and now it's mainly a kind of like a speed bike. I know that doesn't make sense, but it's kind of like a light to light riding with your bros type bike. It's not a wheelie bike. It's not a Dyna Bro bike. It's still forward controls. I'm a big dude. So that bike with mid controls for a long trip, I've got like 30,000 miles on it, but it's chain kit now, so it's just for speed. It's just to have fun. And I kind of wouldn't mind a wheelie bike and learn to wheelie on, but I really don't want to use either one of my bikes to do that, because I'm sure I'm going to lay it down. Or I got a little bit of property, and having like a dirt bike style bike would be awesome. So I don't know. And the kind of cool thing that would be pushing me that direction is I have the stock set of wheels, so I could literally just throw some knobby tires on the stock set of wheels and change it out at pretty much any point. But anyways, beside all that, if you are new, hit that like button, comment down below what you think I should do with the bike, and subscribe if you haven't. But after you do all that, let's get into this bike. Let's start it up and see what it sounds like. It's still a little cold, but it should idle without the idle's a little high, and it should idle without the choke. But it does sound really good. I think it's got like 28,000 miles on it. I'd have to hook up the speedo to tell, but this bike's been ridden. It's not been sitting. So let's throw some gear on and take it down the road. Now, full disclosure, yeah, not quite warmed up all the way yet. But full disclosure, we don't have any like legitimate paperwork for the bike. I have the title and everything, but I don't have tax and insurance, so it's not going to be a long ride. We're just going to take it down the neighborhood and call it a day. Guys, the Sportster's definitely a little fun and peppy. I think a lot of it's got to do with this horrible seat. I've got no support whatsoever on the back, so any little bit of throttle, I'm sliding around a little bit. But the bike's overall not bad. It's running pretty good. The ergonomics are good. It does have these little bit of like highway pegs that could definitely be used for cruising. And these 12, I think they're 12-inch T-bars, they make all the difference. And these, I think they're like Colt Crew grips. They're very comfortable. I do like them. But this bike pickup, I feel like was just a really, really good deal. I couldn't be happier with it. You know, it's definitely worth $2,000, especially with all the parts. I could not be happier with it. But you know, I'm not going to ride it too much. I don't have any paperwork on it, so I don't feel like going too far from home. Well, I have a title and everything, but I don't have tax and insurance. So I really don't want to go too far from home. But I just want to get it on the road and see what it felt like. And it rides really strong. You know, I'm a big dude, so for 883s, they're definitely underpowered as far as I'm concerned. I need something a lot, you know, with a lot more power than that. Not that 883 cc's are small, they just don't make a lot of power in this configuration. Because as soon as you go to the 1200, they make so much more power, or like the 1250 kit, they make so much more power. Tell you one thing, you cannot wheelie this bike the way it is right now. I just hit it hard, and I'm already wanting to come off the seat. Not that this bike makes, you know, any crazy amount of power. It's just there's literally nothing behind my ass or lower back to keep me on this seat at all. And of course, you know, you're gonna slide on the leather seat. But there is no way I'd be able to pick this bike up, even though I mean, I don't do wheelies anyways, but like, I'm sure somebody could, but it's got to be dangerous to wheelie this thing with the way the seat is. Even like to do like dirt biking, I mean, I wouldn't want this seat. Like I said, I'm a big dude, but putting some knobbies on it and then going around my little property, that would be kind of fun. Get a little bit better suspension, a little bit more travel. That could definitely be fun. But all in all, not a bad bike for $2,000. I mean, I should definitely be able to make some money off of it. The whole plan was to pick it up and be able to sell it for a decent little profit. I want to take my Donna apart, and I need to get the tins redone. I need the bodywork and painted, and I need a new clutch. So I pretty much figured, because I got a buddy who's going to do the bodywork and paint, I pretty much figured I could pick this thing up and sell it, and whatever profit I make should be able to pay for that. That was the assumption anyways. But see, like, I could have a lot of fun with some knobbies on this thing, just riding around. But if I'm gonna sell it, I definitely need to clean it up. That might be time to do that. You know, one owner, never abused, brand new tires. Maybe I should sell it. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out. Realistically, I'm probably just going to sell this bike. It's a decent amount of fun to ride around. I'll post it up for sale. I got to send the title off and everything and get that done. But I'll probably just post it up for sale and make a little bit of money off of it. I'd love to take that money and fix up the Dyna. And maybe we'll get something else. But right now, everything else isn't really in the cards. I mean, it'd be nice to build another bike, but right now that's just not feasible, so the money ain't quite right there. I mean, it's easy to pick this bike up for, you know, a couple grand, but then you go and, you know, you want to do a chain kit, you want to do the motor upgrade. Even no matter what type of platform I was going to do with the bike, you know, I want to increase the displacement, do the chain kit, another seat, you have some fun with it, and that's just, I don't have the money for that right now. So we're going to take the bike for what it is, and it's a good deal. So we'll say goodbye to the bike for now. Need to wash it up, need to wash all my bikes, but definitely a good pickup, I think. But comment down below what you think. Was it a good pickup or not? What would you do to it? I'm sure, you know, everyone has their opinion. Did a little burnout. This thing is a little underpowered with my big butt on it, so but it will do a burnout, especially if you're pushed up against the house, you know, hashtag don't tell the wife. But it's a lot easier to do that and then trying to keep the bike from skidding, because that front brake it probably needs to be bled. There's not a whole lot of front brake there, so we'll probably bleed that too. But overall, the bike's in really good shape. It runs great. I don't know how long it's been sitting. My guess is picking it up in the winter time and him just wanting to get rid of the bike and it not even being clean. My guess is he probably didn't ride it all winter. So the bike's definitely been cold natured, but the more and more I mess with it and the more I ride it, the more it just responds. It's been so cold lately. It's probably mid to low 50s now, that, you know, the bike definitely needs to be warmed up and ridden. But it's a runner, and it's a good runner, so it was a great pickup. But thanks for hanging out. Please like the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I definitely love reading the comments and having combos with you. And comment down below what you think about the premieres. I won't be able to this week, but last week I really didn't have much going on, so I figured I would premiere the video. And we did have a little bit of chat going on, so that was kind of nice. But if you guys are into that, I'll try to maybe do some premiere videos in the future. And basically what that is we'll watch the video at the same time. It'll have a premiere date and the chat will be open, so we can chat and have a good time. But after all that, keep it wretched.